Yo, what's going on, guys? It's CoJoMo here, back with another video. Today I want to teach you how to be the ultimate Faceit player inside of Counter-Strike 2. If you have any aspirations inside of this game to be a good competitive player, whether it be through Team CS or individually playing in FPL and just insanely high divisions, you have to be able to understand how to be the best player on Faceit you can, especially now that there is hundreds of thousands of dollars up for grabs and there's lots of opportunity out there. I want to get you to level 10 and beyond. But first, I do have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright, so let's talk about the do's and don'ts of Faceit. If you guys don't know, I am ranked currently 9th on the leaderboard. I will be up here in the top 5 by the end of the season. I've kind of figured out Faceit matchmaking, and I know what the keys to succeeding are, things that you should avoid, things that you should do. So let's take a dive into it and take a look at some of the ways that we can find success through playing Faceit. So if we look at my profile here, I'm pretty successful on the platform. I play in the top lobbies and, you know, pretty much dominate most games I'm in. I found a few keys to success. Now, the first thing that you need to do is avoid solo queuing as much as possible. Now, I don't want you to be scared from solo queuing. There is a time and place to do it, but just understand that when you are solo queuing, you are setting yourself up to roll the dice, and you're not going to have clean communication all the time. You're going to have people that are inconsistent as far as like their internet, lagging out, trolling, griefing, some even worse stuff where people just don't treat others how they should be, and it can just be a miserable time, right? Now, the strategy I want you to take advantage of, and first of all, we need to make sure that we have players and friends that we can play with. Say you don't have any, that's perfectly fine. I understand that not everyone has a friends list that is just like packed, right? The way to do that is literally just to start playing well in these matches and adding other good players, and eventually you're going to have a network of people that you can play with. And the strategy, and I'm not endorsed by Faceit at all, I'm not paid by them or anything, but the strategy is to use super match. Now, I don't have my Faceit anti-cheat up right now, but if we play a super match, it is so good because one, it prevents us from being able to play against 5 stacks and 4 stacks. Why is that good? Because when you're playing and you run against these 4 and 5 stacks, a lot of times they're throwing like full executes, they're throwing like insane, you know, execs and everything. And especially for players that where I'm at on the leaderboard, it's kind of just like impossible to win some of the games when you're playing like a full ECL roster or advanced roster of players. So I think it's 100% worth it to buy Faceit Premium, and you know, to purchase the tier where you get the super match unlocked, because it, like I said, you don't play against 4 stacks. Every game is going to be an even game essentially, so it means that you're winning 25 elo, losing 25 elo, and when you queue with other people or you're solo queued, it just makes your life so much easier than having you know, the minus 10, the minus 40 games, like the games where it's like either not worth it at all for you to play, or it's super risky because if you lose all your elo, right? You just get rid of that, and it's a lot more enjoyable of experience, right? So my strategy is, you know, here, in order to actually truly take advantage of this, you need to find players that are undervalued in elo. Now, what does that mean? We need to find players on the rankings in your rank, whatever it is, that are a similar rank to you that should not be at that rank, right? So for me, I scan these leaderboards and, you know, I find somebody like, we'll say right here, like, where'd he go? We'll find someone like JT. JT is ranked 195th in NA, right? Now, JT is a professional player in complexity, right? Truly, he is better than 195th in NA. He just doesn't pug as much, right? So that's someone we want to add as a friend and, you know, make a connection so that we can play with him, because he is super undervalued in elo, right? And you can do this at any level that you're at, right? Any level. We can just scan through here and, you know, find someone that's in your division, someone that's willing to queue with you. And it's so easy to do, right? We can just scan through here. Okay, where's the advanced players, ECL players? You know, where are they at? What can we do here? And it's just so great, right? It's just a wonderful thing to do. I'll use Dangerous here as an example, another ECL player that is super undervalued in elo. And we start building these 2 and 3 queues. And truly, when we start doing that, it is so much easier to gain elo than just rolling the dice every time, rolling the dice. I will tell you to avoid playing with people that are way out of your elo range, because Faceit will punish you and penalize you for playing with people that are not similar ranks to you. This is to avoid smurfing and like boosting and carrying and stuff like that. So it's just something to look out for. There is times where it'll just give you +1 and -1 elo. So if you ever are trying to play Faceit but you don't want to lose all your elo and stuff, if you are a level 10 player and you play with like a level 3 account, that's perfectly fine, because you're just not losing or gaining much elo at all, and it's just a better experience, right? Now, also at the end of the day, if you want to be able to climb these leaderboards and get up here, you can't be afraid of losing. You've got to play. I see way too many people dodging matches, and it makes me so mad, right? Don't be the player that dodges a match because the game's going to be hard or it's not going to be worthwhile. You never know what opportunities are going to come from that match or what is going to happen inside of that, right? You may be getting destroyed, but maybe the player on the other team likes what they're seeing from you and they add you, and now that's someone that you play with now, and you're in one of those scary stacks, right? Make yourself as appealing of a player as possible. Don't be the guy that everyone knows they're going to dodge. And also, here's my tips when you're playing these games. Some games are just going to be losses, right? Some games are just chalk. Some games you're not going to be able to win. You're going to get people that lag out. You're going to get someone maybe smurfing or cheating on the other team. Don't get too emotionally attached to these games. When you have games like that where it's clear that things are just going to be chalked, guys, just accept that and move on to the next game where maybe it's more winnable, right? You're not going to go on these 19-game win streaks. You're not going to have good performances when you get way too emotionally invested in games that are just losses from the beginning, right? Like take this 13-2 loss I had right here. You know, it was just so sad. We weren't having any fun. It was an awful time. And if I get too attached to that result and I just let that drain me for the rest of the day, I'm not going to be able to win, right? But instead, I don't get attached to it. I don't get drained from that result, and we're able to move on and have a productive rest of our day, and we're able to keep going on and on without letting it affect us too much. We got that loss, win, win, win. Overtime loss, you know, sad, whatever, win, win, win. So, you know, it's okay to lose sometimes. I think a lot of times players get way too obsessed with like winning or losing, and they don't understand that like every player up here has lost hundreds of times. Everyone on this leaderboard has hundreds of losses, and they didn't make it up here by getting like emo or sad about these losses. So just something to keep in mind. Let me know what region you guys are grinding in, and anything else that you think I might have missed. I would love to hear it. I just thought I'd record this video. It's pretty late at night, but I thought it's some good wisdom and something to think about, and a little bit of insight on how to game the system and get better. Playing 3 Qs. If you do have a scary 5 stack with really good players, take advantage of it. Use Discord comms, don't use in-game comms, and be so positive to the randoms in your game. If you're 3Q'd, if you have friend number 1, friend number 2 here, and you got 2 randoms in your lobby, be so positive to them, feed good energy into them, and you'll be surprised on what these random players that are queued with you can do. So I look forward to playing against your 3 stacks, and I'll be live every single weekday grinding. I'm going to be at number 1 on this leaderboard, and I want you to come watch me live on twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS. It'll be a great time, and you guys can see the grind and ask me personalized questions that I might have missed in this video. So definitely check out the other videos on my channel, though. There's lots of good stuff, teaching you how to play the game, teaching you insight on my experience as a professional player, and you definitely don't want to miss out on any of that. So catch you guys later. Check those videos out. Peace out.